their own 35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now we feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that last down, you understand if you fail, a little bit bonus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
Less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter play. Operating to the gun, Simpson. And when he took off, I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes up the first. And then we up to 2. Simpson. Anderson to kick it away. To get going. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back and forth first half.
And what a great turns out for that mistake. Here, you can see some continue to bring that basis on that text. I know one thing, people the crowd, they're getting money from That's how long here's touchdown 10. Again, it's getting state team, the holding state on the street. They give points.
We are in for a good one as we're through on
EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, it's the Bengals in.
Yeah. Give me that. You always got something you ain't supposed to have.
Control
Of the football. As they've got it facing a second and long situation. Throwing this game. This is something to reference. And we're going to get inside the football to the 10-yard line. A great defense. It's going to settle up with a catch for the game. Search for yards here to pick up the first down. First carry of the game for first in the count. Exactly the extra for business days. As they use the first of their timeouts. Two remaining as we step aside here in the second quarter. They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's May. Christian McCaffrey. That's a 2-yard touchdown now. And the Bengals have the race again back in front. Just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns. It's not much mention of a big game in baseball. We call it here in football. I think you can do it in football. I think the game in baseball. That's the same time. There's no chance to stop passing now the way that it's going. And then continue to pass the ball downfield to reach the same results. Step for the feet and kick it away is Sanders. Dangerous return match right here. And he's across the street for the down with the foot. That's the coverage we're looking for. Again, to that spot on the field. Things offense. The Lions offense ready to kick off the next drive. Somebody to start the ball. Simpson. This guy to Jackson. And he knocks the ball away. Ready for the pass on that snap. Made the proper adjustments and helped force it in completion. Second and 10. We're off the upper keeper. It's getting the there. 17 gets for first down. These guys tagged him with a big game with his legs. Nice and they quickly realize he's got a chance to take it and go himself. They'll lift the flag here for first down. It's going to something. It's defenders have great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make it open. And in this case, they did. And everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels and ready to be out there. Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turn, you take it off, it's still being moves on, but you do it.
The Detroit
offense ready to begin their drive. Throwing it to the interception. Simpson. Single braces that. Struggle to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense. They'll find the corner here.
9
been done.
It's
It's
not
not
quite
done.
enough, and they'll
Yeah,
get
right
back
now,
to
it's
it.
not done.
I think
Yeah,
if
if
he
you
began
get
his
his
run,
stuff,
we
it's just
saw that he
something
was
was
congested,
suggested,
but he
but
had
he
a
had
lot of
a
confidence in
it's
his
in his
arm,
arm,
and he
and he
fits
fits
that
that
one in
one
there
in there
nicely
nicely.
to
They
pick up
pick
the
up the
catch.
catch.
Not much
Much
yardage
yardage
afterwards.
afterwards.
He'll
They're
try to
trying to
pick it
pick
up
it up
himself.
themselves.
Oh,
And
his
his
early
opening
struggles
struggles
continue as
continue as
another
another
interception.
interception.
And
And
he'll
he
return
wants to
this
miss
ball
my
across
cross
midfield to the
to
47-yard
47.
line. An unfortunate
Fortunate
sequence
sequence
there,
there.
trying to get points before
Before
intermission, and
intermission.
now the interception,
Interception.
and their
And their
opponents have a
opponents have a
chance to
chance
possibly
to
pad their
their
lead.
lead.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had
they
an
had an
opportunity
opportunity
there, and they
that
weren't
they
able to
were able to
capitalize
capitalize
on it.
on,
That's
and that's
something that
something
could
that
come
could come
back and
back
haunt
and
them
haunt them
later.
later.
They're
They're
begging
begging
their
their
defense
defense
now
now
to
to
keep them
keep
from
them from
scoring
scoring
before the
before the
half
half
ends.
ends.
That
And
is
it's
not
not
going to be complete.
That was nice work there defensively
that's
to
for the
force that
first
completion. Now,
situation.
even though this drive started in close territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So
So they can work towards another couple of stops
and not
and not
allowing
allowing
that
that
turnover.
turnover to hurt.
Connects with Kittle
Kick
underneath.
underneath.
And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
First down.
Two
Two
shotguns
shotguns
play.
play.
And he's got this ball straight complete. And he's going to take it, but not before he reaches the 80-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him fresh downs. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Play action running. Boy.
I think every defender wanted to get right up under his grill at the Houston Texans. They realized it's a joke.
Just not enough time for the play to develop. And lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Sanders kicks his good.
And that will extend their lead even further. They already have an early lead here with an interception. Charles at the end of 34 with the field goal.
Yeah,
They're controlling how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. They're winning once again. They make it this.
And now we'll get a late timeout
As it comes in the waning moments in quarter number two. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on first and 10. Final shot for quarterback Simpson. And he's got intercepted. And we'll be quite trouble.
And that'll do it for the
end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on the EA Sports.
And how about this line out of the locker room? Well, this is
Diamonds on the fight, making wrist like a Tina. Always rich and nigga on the dancing just like Nina. Going against this, I wouldn't want to be a mama. Maybe if I'ma go to bed with her. Now from the river to the Caribbean,
Sellout crowd as a run at
Acorn Stadium in Cincinnati.
So
Good to have you with Mike Tirico, Frank Holtz, and excited at this one. What are we looking at here as this game gets rolled? I think this game is quite interesting. The fact that they've got 4 hands, 3 games to catch up to set here, reaching quarterbacks in this game. And obviously, that is the direction the NFL has been headed for the last couple of years. In this matchup here today, specifically, defense is quite conflicted on attack. They want to control
advantage is ball control. Don't be afraid to put the ball away and play defense. It's a little bit of an old school philosophy, but you can do whatever it takes to win each matchup. And I think both of those formulas in these two teams are very similar.
They'll run here.
The Florida Canadians stuff. You got to go back to the table.
So from the 26 yard,
Here's second and 9. They go play action. It's blocked. This continues to be a huge point of emphasis. With takeaway zones, ways to take the ball. In this case, they forced the fumble, score 6 points. Jason Sanders after. And there's no good. They've been able to tag on them.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. Let's see if they can bounce back from the early mistake. That fumble a moment ago returned for a touchdown. The offense gets it back. 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one's good for just a couple. From 29, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's locked. Quick hitting slant there. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Raider 1st down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the give, it's Hubbard. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. He's taken down by Bobby right now. A gain of 4. From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. On play action. Lock. No chance at all. He'll go down. That is T.J. Watt in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Walk out of the shotgun. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
Now he's just single-handedly taking over this drive, Mike. I mean, they better find a way to neutralize him before he does more damage. Get more bodies on him. Take the protection to him. Either way, just get him blocked.
And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
He's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Working out of the gun. It's May. Oh, he's going to find his running back downfield. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A huge play there for the Bengals. 31 yards. First and 10. Operating from the shotgun. It's May. Moving left. Taking off. He'll take this one up close to the first down marker. Spot it where the slide begins. That's a pickup of about 9.
Brings up second.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Bengals on top. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. It's Bengals football here to begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 1 coming up. Out of the gun, here's May. Got his man at the 6. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal. Tackle made at about the 5-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
A run on first and goal. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
On 3rd and goal, they'll run for it. Interesting decision. A field goal makes it a 2-score game. They're going to keep the hammer down and go for it on 4th and goal. 1:58 to go in the first half of play. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
It's on the 7-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throw it. Locked. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
And the Raider first down. A gain of 4 yards.
Locked to throw on 1st and 10. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up and stop him before the lineman to get out to lead the way. Here's a 2nd and 9. Locked to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
incomplete. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one. And it's going to be 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Bengals offense ready to take over once again. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Now, May. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And that is incomplete.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down to pick.
Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll try to get this one on the ground.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down on a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
May to throw on 2nd down. Inside the 10, it is caught. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. Throw again is May. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Sanders' kick is good. And the Bengals will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
By today's kicking standard, Mike, this is clearly a chip shot. I don't know if there was a lot of question that he'd make this one. So nice job making sure you end the half on a high note, coming away with 3.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this 1st half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the 1st half. What will happen in the 2nd half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this 2nd half. 1st half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Bengals offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The cushion is not. They begin this drive with first and 10. Off the play fake, it's Manic. This one by the back into the backfield. And they will bring it up on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 26 yards.
Didn't take long to get down to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
First and 10, here's Manic. He'll go right and find his running back. He's in the space past the 25. And he's in. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown to catch and carry in the carry part, Greg. That was the most impressive there.
Well, you said the catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. In this case, he did it because it ended up in a touchdown.
Get down.
They'll say no to the extra point.
Into the end zone. Substitute a 3, score the lead.
This field ended about the knob. And he brought down past 25. He's a field position to start the offense. The Ravens are ready for their first possession of the second half. Big Trailers won 17-2. Will he find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive? And they'll begin here with first down.
Get down. Get down.
But then to have that size and speed
To run away from these
is
and do so much
such a good advantage.
This is good. That is not being modified. They're bringing it back. Inside the 25-yard line. The breakup coming up now for first and 10. A run with a tree, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. We'll try again here, second and 10.
Again, turn run catch so often, and sometimes we miss that just in the middle phase. There's the catch. But before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away properly, avoid the pressure, front tip up against your leg. All of that is taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
The Bengals offense. And their running back set to go once more. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line. So a lot of real estate to cover. It's first and 10. To throw it. Manic. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. And it'll lead to a second down.
And you know, the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best players in the entire league. And when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see it. These kind of plays that you draw up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver you think. He started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
To throw on first down is Manic.
Certainly the biggest play of the day, but a good example of taking the positive approach, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Going up top. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down. Here's Manic.
You can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable, and as the defense continues to flood back into these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult moves, but put the ball in harm's way.
The deficit is 17, slowly now starting to cut into its 2. Team 17, first and 10. This time, the game will be closes quickly. From 22 now, here's second down and 7. They get action, it's Luke. He's going to send it. Get it. It'll be good.
To throw is blocked. He'll try to get down on the ground. And it'll be brought down as we get towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come for first attempt. From the gun, it's blocked. A throw behind him, and he can't reel it back in. Now good as an incompletion.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be real. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back ends. At the end of the day, there's just nowhere to run to go there.
On second down. Forced down the line. Now he takes off. And a nice slide across the first down. Taking himself. Sliding in the air. They'll let the fullback try to get by. To the 48. It'll pick up a first down. To throw on first down. Little slip here. There's 2 yards. Here's second down and 4. Lock and shotgun. Going to air the ball out.
He's taken down inside of the 10. A big-time play for Vegas. 36 yards. On 6 yards out, it's first and goal. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Raiders. He's got it. Back in this one. It's 17 to 7. This will not quite squirrels. We're going to get second pick. This is going to take a hair. All they needed to do was score. Recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all over. Heading in now, the Cincinnati offense gets set to take over once more. And a few new elements to do here defensively. They do still have those three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll drop to throw. He'll locate the tight end, George Kittle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. And now it's timeout by the defense. Clock stops with a minute 50 left in the game. Manic on first and 10. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone. And that'll bring us second down. Working out of the goal. It's Manic. Our throw here right side falls incomplete. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force the fourth down. Jason Sanders on to drive the field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bengals will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply the pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They take it on free. They take it now.
Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one, the kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Again, here's that.
Throwing it into the hands of his running back. And he will score! Touchdown, Bengals. That is second touchdown tonight. Greg, they take advantage of a good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike. When you see yourself this close to the end zone, you get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. We're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming. Off the bootleg. Here's Manic. The pressure's got to him. It's incomplete, and they come up empty, trying for 2. After the touchdown, Myers is back to put this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Ethan. And now he's not spiking it, he's a fake. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
Like we was saying, that is the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
There it goes. 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point. They'll go for 2. This is caught. He's got it. And they have 2 on to their lead.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here, this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
This one taken at the 10. Now a hit. He lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate. The Raiders offense ready to take over possession of the football. Try to establish some tempo. Start this one with 1st and 10. Lock. He couldn't send it anyway. And he's going out of bounds. The markers on the field. The defense is slap this one out.
Hey.
On first down is Locke. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
They get 18 on that one. First down, Vegas. Here's Locke. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Michael Jackson.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
They'll begin here on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Here we go. One final play. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bengals will extend their lead. So this one in the win column for the Bengals. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And what an incredible athlete with a cannon for an arm. And he's drawing comparisons to some of the best mobile QBs the league has ever seen. In addition, this is a young man who's learned from his mistakes along the way, prepares really well each and every time now, and he's got an opportunity to blossom in this system.
Let's go.
Right to the air is Willis. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It's second down.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Willis will look to throw it. And right away, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here are the Bengals now in great field position to start. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who could throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Line of scrimmage, the 9, 2nd and about a yard.
Here goes throw.
Again, it's Tomlinson. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
To throw, it's May. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 8 yards out. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to get this out to the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And it's a fumble. And he'll get it out near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Let's go now.
Here's Willis now off the play fake. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
And the Titans first down. And 8 yards.
To throw, here's Willis. The Bengal. Gets him that time. Down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
7 yards. It's second down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Willis looking to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Yeah, give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Willis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
It's a gain of 20. And the Titans first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Willis to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to third down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Here we go.
Here's Willis. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
And the tackle there by Micah McFadden.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
19, Charger, 19, let's go!
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Willis out of the gun. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Willis takes a hit and the ball is free. And the Bengals grab it.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook and show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And they go play action with May. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Tennessee offense set to go again. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. He'll get this complete to Tillman. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and
back to throw, Willis. Now he'll tuck this and run. Willis showing off the wheels there. He gets him the first down.
13 yards on the play. And the Titans first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Willis takes a hit and the ball is free. And the Bengals have recovered.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's May. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here's May. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Sanders on for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's caught by his tight end, Shackey. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now with a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Titan.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Let's go now.
Last play of the half, Willis. Able to shake him off. This one downfield for Tillman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 2nd and 12. They're going to throw. May has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down is May. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll throw with May. To the left side, he's got McMillan. Just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
3-yard pickup.
And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, what's up?
Tomlinson up the middle. Pass from 20. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 6-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. To the air, May. Touchdown! Vernon Davis. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been a result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, what a move. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
To throw, here's Willis. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
Hawk 70. Go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Willis takes a hit and the ball is free.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Set up. Ready.
Now Willis. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He has been on his A game. We're in the third quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes. But it's not going to work. He'll go down. They got him. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Ready.
Now it's the backup Stafford. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting them.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Inside the 20. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing here, Stafford. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Now Stafford will come up, try to get his guys a 2-point conversion. McCaffrey will try to run it in. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Set. Waiting.
Stafford going to throw it. And that is caught. It's Davis. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display. And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often. But it doesn't work out. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Again, it's Stafford. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the fourth quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
Sanders on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Room past the 35, and he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Willis. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a second and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18.
Now Willis. On the screen, this is Mason. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Here's 3rd and 7. Willis now off play action. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked out by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals team. Well, not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. And they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Los Angeles. Last stop in town before I hit the road. And it was hot. I said, man, point that fan at me. And I'll be good to go. Wasn't playing songs for long when came in candidly. But the prettiest young thing I ever saw. Nothing short of masterpiece. I said, oh, I need to know. Yeah, is that your man? If it isn't, I'ma play my very best for you tonight. Right position, everywhere they want to take me home. Tonight I said, what's that? And she said, you can make me dance. I'll stay forever. So sung hard I wore when it came hard to breathe. Hit the focus to make sure I hit the notes. And they palm and I want you get too close. That's your man. Hey, 'cause if it isn't, I'ma play my very best for you tonight. I'm a magician. And if you're ready, they want to take me home tonight. It's quite